Fox News alert, you just heard Laura Ingraham, who echoes many Republicans say Senator John McCain is flip-flopping on his support for President Obama. Senator McCain is here right now. He joins us live from Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, sir.
I'm sorry I didn't hear that section of the program.
She feels as though you're bailing him out, a misguided, confused policy. Now when you come out to the microphones and say, hey, we got to support this, that people can't understand where that came from.
Well, first of all, I didn't say, hey, we got to support this. Second of all, I said I was encouraged when the president commits to increasing our support for the Free Syrian Army, providing them with the weapons that they need to combat Bashar Assad, and to degrade the capabilities of the Syrians to deliver these chemical weapons and other weapons. That cannot be anything but encouraging. But I've said I've got to see the details. I've got to see what's going to happen, and I will not sign on to a resolution that doesn't say that that's going to happen. I'm very worried about just one of these cosmetic kind of resolutions. So I just beg to differ. I'm sure that with her vast knowledge of military tactics and strategy, she knows better than me.
Well, there's an item in the Wall Street Journal today that talks a little bit about how, even though the White House authorized, arming some of the moderate fighters, they're still waiting for a rifle. They're still waiting for bullets and stuff like that.
Or an MRE.
It looks
it's terrible.
It looks like the plan was, let's look like we're doing something, but let's not do anything. Let's just see how this all plays out. People are dying over there.
Absolutely, and while we dither here and Congress stays out of session, the massacre goes on. Look, I've been so disappointed and angry because, as you know, I've been in Syria. I know the Free Syrian Army. They're brave people, and they're being massacred by arms that are flowing in by air from their sponsor, Iran, and Russia, and it's an unfair fight. They're fighting tanks with AK-47s. And so that's why I said I'd like to see what that plan is, and I'd like to see it done. And you are right. Not one single weapon supplied by the United States of America has reached the hands of the Free Syrian Army. And by the way, we know who they are. They are the most effective fighting force, and we can get the weapons to the right people. I know that.
I know you met with General Idris, who is a defector from the Syrian Army, who's come out. Some say that he does have tie to Muslim extremists. I don't know. Well, listen to this video, Senator McCain, of a Syrian, it looks like a fighter jet being shot out of the sky. Listen to what they say afterwards. Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! I have a problem helping those people out if they're screaming that after a hit.
Would you have a problem with American and Christians saying, thank God, thank God? That's what they're saying. Come on. Of course they are Muslims, but they are moderates, and I guarantee you that they are moderates. I know them, and I've been with them. For someone to say Allah Akbar is about as offensive as someone saying thank God.
General Dempsey came out and said, time doesn't matter, we can wait a couple of weeks. It's not going to affect us tactically. Do you agree with that? Was he being candid?
Well, he may be candid, but it's crazy. Look at the Israelis. Do you think they give them a week or two warning? And by the way, I understand they struck again maybe today from a distance without endangering any of their people or their aircraft. But of course, I hate to use the word disgraceful, but to tell the American people that it doesn't matter when we strike while Bashar Assad is moving his military into civilian areas and vice versa and complicating our challenge dramatically is just disgraceful.
So you don't support this tactic then? You don't support waiting on what President Obama's doing?
Of course not, and I didn't think that the president needed to wait. Ronald Reagan invaded Grenada without congressional approval, and the War Powers Act doesn't require it. But the fact is that it's what is happening, and what I'm trying to do is to see if we can't give the resistance whatever they need, which is not a lot, in order to prevail. And remember, this is a regional conflict, guys.
Senator McCain.
Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
Senator McCain, thanks so much. Very tense time in Washington. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.